Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a night review in a different location, this time on an island, so that's cool. We unlock the car. We have here a Karoq sort of mild refresh. This is style package, magic black metallic color, 17-inch alloys, so a lot of tire for the comfort because it just has standard suspension, but we have a 2.0 TDI, 150 horsepower diesel all-wheel drive. So yeah, let's just open the cargo space so you can see the illumination. One light will cost saving, but wouldn't hurt if they added two. If we turn on the lights from the rear, looking nice. And let's just hop in the car. If you hear some wind, it's called Buddha wind, blowing up from the mountains if you're watching the regular review. Okay, so hold the wireless, keyless key in the pockets. Language barriers there, and let's start the car. So we have LED lights. I wish they were matrix, but they're not. They're not too shabby, but I prefer if there's matrix. But again, this is a minor refresh. If I turn on the LEDs, you can see the new steering wheel. It's kind of nice, but besides that, there's almost literally no change inside this car. That's why it's a minor a refresh. We have a navigation. Let's hear the radio and then we'll head off. So a decent bass speakers. If you want better sound, go for Canton. You get amplifier and a subwoofer in the back, but Canton speakers aren't that good, so I don't know. The last few reviews, they're not as good. I think there are other better speaker systems, so but not in Škoda, unfortunately. So let's put it to drive and head driving. So we're actually here at the ferry port, but I'm heading back to the city. Why I stopped here? So this road is kind of famous. Why? Because this part of the island is completely just stone, rocks, and there's no vegetation here because the strong wind from the mountain blows across the sea, and then it throws salt water over, and there's nothing growing here, at least on this side. So it's a very unique island, probably in the world. So this road is where all the new cars are getting filmed. Their B-roll, drive-bys, bypasses, like Porsche, BMW, even Škoda came here as well. So yeah, interesting. So I'm taking through this route. Okay, so LED lights. These are new fresh road markings. This is a long beam, very good, solid. So this illumination is kind of cold white light. It's not that warm light, so you can see kind of a little bit better. And it has lenses, so you have like a nice sharp line. It's not just base projector lights. So the car has a basic suspension, so and smaller tire, alloy dimensions, so more tires. Fairly comfortable, but you can feel some bumps, so don't expect miracles. I would upgrade the suspension, but the owner, just a family member, decided this is his last car for retirement, so he didn't want to add too much money into the car. So that's why there's no like virtual cockpits, just basic navigation and black color, that's it. And automatic drive, that's what he wanted. All-wheel drive with the automatic. So I must say, with no drive select, so this car steering is really light, and I like it to be a little bit more resistant, like if you would have a sport. But once you get used to it, I think it's fine. I'm really impressed with the all-wheel drive, because if you go a little bit aggressive, it's just a little bit leaning, but the car is so stable and it just pulls. If I go to sport, it pulls even more. We're going uphill, so there's no one on the road here. The last ferry was at 9 o'clock off the island, so there's literally no one here besides me. So you know, the response 150 horsepower is well enough. It's torquey, just flies. I haven't had the opportunity to go test it on a highway because it's at least 1 hour drive to get to the highway. So this is just like a night point of review with casual driving for this interesting island. So road noise or cabin soundproof, I think it's decent, you know, in the average. It's interesting on the islands, at least in Croatia that I know, the asphalt is rougher because it lasts longer. Because of the sun, there's a lot of sun here, sunny days, so it's not smooth, so it's kind of noisier. So I can't say that this car is noisy, but I can hear a lot of tire noise. Look at this. So yeah, that's but I think the cabin proof inside the city, or there was a small patch, there was a new road, and I think they put in a smooth asphalt. It was kind of fairly quiet. So the car is stable, all-wheel drive, doesn't of course lean, and the back doesn't stick out, or just very stable car, thanks to the all-wheel drive. And it's a nice and comfortable SUV. It's a smaller SUV, so he was actually looking at a Kodiaq, but the wife was like, no, it's too expensive, classic. So he got the Karoq, and you know, it's a nice ride. So I think the car is very basic, but I personally might be a little bit spoiled. Let's be honest, I review dealer cars, which are usually spec'd very, very good. So this is the reality. This is the people cannot afford, you know, 35, 40, 50,000 euro cars, you know, to just spec a 30. I think this one's like 31, 32,000, something like that. So, you know, it has the basic stuff and that's it. But still, it's a very good, comfortable, and practical car because it's spacious. Has a nice cargo space, and it's a practical car for, you know, someone who's buying a last car, wants to have a car that you don't have to sit down really low, so it's just easier to hop in the car. So the brakes are good, not too aggressive for them to start. So overall, and the automatic is DSG, so it's fast. It's not the best, but it's kind of smooth. You don't feel the transitions. So I know there's not going to be anyone behind me, and I just want to stop here. So it's kind of really dark here, no street lights you can see here. That's why I was always advised getting for the better lights if you're living outside the city. So this is the long beam, this is the normal beam. I'm gonna switch to my iPhone camera, has a little bit better sensor, so you can pick up more light. So this is the iPhone camera, so a better sensor again. This is the standard beam, and then the long beam. You see a lot more, and you can even see the outline of the hill and the sky. So it's nice that we have an auto hold, so when you stop on a traffic light, the car just doesn't go, even when you're uphill. Continuing on, so as mentioned, you know, lights are very important, and I like a good lights. I like this beam, although it's standard, but well, critic on Škoda here. This car is fairly outdated, so I believe, you know, the Kodiaq just announced the refresh. It gets matrix LEDs, but this car doesn't. So I hope, you know, in the future, or hopefully maybe end of this year, the Karoq will also get a like a facelift or maybe even a new model. So this was like a first, probably is gonna get a facelift, different lights, and probably gonna get matrix, probably just gonna be a minor refresh. I'm a little bit disappointed that Kodiaq doesn't have any interior change, and I'm afraid this car won't either if you get the refresh. So if I was looking at the car, I mean at this type of SUV, I would definitely look for something that's, I don't know, a new generation, because I don't know, it feels a little bit outdated. But yeah, 4 years ago I reviewed this car. It's the first car I got as a test car to test it on the road. At the time I didn't have a plan in my head how to concept it, like the review, what to cover, so I just stick my GoPro on the side of the window filming me. I was just talking or driving. So yeah, 4 years ago, I think, yeah, something like that, maybe even close to 5. I got the idea when no one was reviewing cars. Anyway, we're coming to the city, so we have to see some lights here in the interior a little bit better, and I really don't know where we're gonna stop, so just gonna keep driving, stop in a parking lot like we're going from point A to point B. But yeah, the cars is, you know, overall a very nice, smooth ride, good overview. And even despite having like a base, it's not a base package, but like base doesn't have blind spot, doesn't have side assist, doesn't have all those fancy line assist or lane assist, doesn't have the you know, adaptive cruise control, but you know, it's still a decent car. I mean, my car doesn't have any of that stuff, but my car is from 2013, so but yeah, but still, you know, despite all of that, it's a very nice, comfortable ride. And I get it, if you're an, you know, senior you know, citizen, you might not want all the new fancy technology in the car. You just want something you're used to. You just want a car that drives nicely, comfortably, that has space, that doesn't spend too much fuel, you know, just, and something that feels quality, but it's not too expensive. And I think Škoda fits in here perfectly. So yeah, okay, so we're in the city now and coming to the end, so I'm just gonna probably park somewhere here. Overall, you know, this car is not bad, but I would say a little bit outdated maybe, and could use a nice refresh. So, but even if you're not looking for something newest, it's a fairly comfortable and practical car. So if you're looking for a reliable smaller SUV, I would recommend this car. But you know, personally I would maybe pick a few options, but again, we all have our tastes and different budgets, so having that in mind, this car is very nice. The seats are comfortable and the whole car is just practical. So if you don't want, you know, technology fest, this isn't so bad. So thank you for watching. This was really a shorter video, and if you like this, if this is your first video you stumble upon, I do, you know, in-depth car reviews usually, and I do it in a different city. This is just my sort of slash work vacation. So yeah, feel free to browse the channel, check out the new other cars. Usually a lot better packed. This is actually a personal car, so it's a brand new car, so I just took it for a review. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe at home and on the road. Bye.